Good evening, I am the MMO researcher. One of the hardest things to get right in a player game is player progression, a balance of not being too grindy while having a meaningful impact on the world. People love progression. It is a natural instinct that drives us forward since the beginning of time. Leveling up was invented a long time ago and has never left the gaming industry. It has been molded and fine-crafted into some amazing and not so amazing ways. If a level cap was introduced, there are some who try to reach that cap as quickly as possible. Once that cap is reached, that part of their progression is done. After that, players will go into life management or full-on PvP, if your MMO has a good PvP. Eventually, progression will end, and then your players will demand more content. However, if you add unlimited leveling, people can progress forever. This also means the more they play, the stronger they will be. Granted, this can run into more issues such as PvE falling behind. If you make the enemy stronger over time, then newer players will never stand a chance. A quick solution is to base the monster's power on the character's total level. Another solution would be a constant update of stronger areas for players to explore. You can also make instances for people to travel through. The problem with instances, however, it can make your MMO feel empty. My favorite solution is, why not make the game hard to begin with? Yes, the starting area should be something to ease your characters into, as well as give them a place to train. So why not make it to where enemies are just strong in other areas? That could take players months of leveling just to fight one-on-one. This will bring the community together to explore and have a satisfying feeling of a small army taking down your stronger monsters in those areas. An experienced game dev knows that the player base is vindictive and smart. You drop a so-called impossible enemy, the players will figure it out. I'll be making a later video to focus more on the MMO world and the PvE aspects to your MMO. But for this one, we will focus on leveling. So what would be the best solution for these problems? Taking care of your character will be the new way to level. You can still have basic levels of growth through combat and EXP. However, why should that be the only method of growth? Why not good food be a method of growth? Yes, there are food buffs that have been a thing in MMOs, and they are helpful. But why not make it to where food can increase your character's base stats permanently, or having it to where food gives them a multiplier to train said stats easier? This will create a need for good food to eat without adding restrictions on what normally is called a survival experience. Ingredients that are put into a dish should also affect what stats are given. This can also create a need for players to own a restaurant and serve other players for a profitable business. You can also add ingredients that could hinder player stats but make the food last longer. This gives the ideas of using preservatives in food so your food will not rot while your people are out in the field or a dungeon. The cooking life skill as well as hunting and farming would flourish with this design, as well as the MMO economy itself. Another good method of leveling by taking care of your player character would be housing. Your health is a lot more dependent on the environment than you think. People who live in a stress-free, comfortable home can improve one's health significantly. Why not make this a mechanic in your game? Not only having space, but also good furniture. Having specific rooms in your home give the player characters bonuses to leveling, their stats, or even their life skills. Take everything into account when it comes to players' growth, not just simple quest or grind spots. Make your MMO world support your players' characters without frustrating them. Stay strong out there.